Hello and welcome to another TCAP recap. I am getting started way late again. It was just one issue after another with the computer. It was a mess, and I'm not going to go into it. Tonight, we are checking out Mr. Quote Machine himself, Reymundo Anguiano. And you may know him as, the Stewie shirt predator, um, True Sweet Guy 69. He's a nice guy, but he's also got a raunchy side, or he probably thinks of it as like a cute, dirty streak, or like somehow appealing. I don't know. It's he's a wild one, man. Yeah, and perverted justice hits the nail on the head here. Reymundo Anguiano is an idiot. He wanted he was offered a plea deal. Most of the Fortson Georgia, that's where the sting is at. Most of those predators were offered plea deals and got like 4 to 6 years, but Reymundo turned down the plea deal and took it to court, and he got sentenced, or he got convicted after the jury finished hearing all the evidence. They went out and came back 22 minutes later to convict. So he dragged this out for a while, and he ended up getting sentenced to 25 years in jail with 7 to serve before he comes up for parole. And 7, I mean, that's higher than most of the other predators, so that's great. But why sentence to 25 if he only has to serve 7? Because I'm sure, if he's, as long as he doesn't kill anybody in prison, or, you know, get in any fights, it actually could be pretty easy for him to end up staying there, getting caught up if somebody attacks him and he fights back or something. Anyway, so he got just flattened by the court, and he also gets flattened by Chris Hansen. It all starts with the chat log, as they all do, and he is a dog, man. He has no qualms. He's a sick shit bag. I don't know. I was gonna say something, just go off on him, but that'll have to do. I grabbed the back. So he asks, "Would you give me some head?" "I love rough head." "I grab the back of your head and wrap your hair into a ponytail and push your head down hard on my dick and hold your nose shut for 5 minutes. LOL." And Decoy says, "Bullshit." He says, "See, that's why I asked if he had ground rules, LOL." Mind you, he thinks he's talking to a 14-year-old girl named Diane, and here he is threatening to basically asphyxiate her by choking her to death on his dick, and he still has the balls, the fucking predo balls, to call himself a sweet guy. Nobody's falling for that shit anymore. Nobody at all, because you are a famous, or rather infamous man, Reymundo Anguiano. And it's bullshit that they used this like old passport photo or some shit. Where's his jail photo? This is not Reymundo Anguiano as we know him. This guy's like 13 years old. I mean, not for a regular person, but Reymundo, you got to add 10 years onto his actual age in order to arrive at what he looks at. Man, that was all jumbled up. I mean that he looks 10 years older than his actual age. So he's 24, but he looks 34. And we see a 23-year-old guy here. He was probably only 13, because he's just this goofy, like, overdeveloped, trollish fellow. I'm reminded of, like, giants, but not Hagrid the giant, like the real Hagrid's mother, like the real nasty giants that are all malformed, and yeah, that's Reymundo. So she right away says her age, and And he starts calling her a babe. He also says that he's 21, so 3 years younger. Again, that weird predo obsession with taking off 2, 3, 4 years when it doesn't make a difference because he looks like he's 35, no matter what he says. And he describes himself. Let's see. I'm 6'2", black hair, blue eyes, tan skin. I weigh 189. Bullshit. I have a nice flat stomach and muscular legs, and I have a nice tan ass, and I have a tattoo on my right ass cheek. Wow. This guy, what fucking balls on this guy. He plans on showing up to meet this girl, and he's lying through his fat ass. Wow. I don't... And she says, damn, do you have a pic? Is it all true or are you joking me? It's true. Why? Because I could say I'm 5'3", 125, and huge boobs. Yeah, I got pics. Oh, man. He's a fucking just moron. Oh, God. He gets into it. It's a pretty quick chat. Anyway, let's get on to when he shows up for his date with Diane and instead meets the man himself, Mr. Chris Hansen. Woo! Alright, let's go. Fanfare side.
You're on the Dateline show.
They may know who we are.
This is True Sweet Guy. True Sweet Guy.
Like our latest investigation, the 6th one, this time in Harris County, Georgia.
Emily, open the door and call.
We've rigged this house with...
He's wearing those shorts to show off his muscular legs, which is just about the only truthful thing he said about his physical stature. And the only reason he has muscular legs is because they have to hold up his fat top half. So, can't really give him too many positives there.
In Harris...
Nice truck, though. I wonder if that's his mommy and daddy's.
True Sweet Guy.
The 40-year-old decoy from Fairfield. We got Frag here. He is, you know, a cool dude. Coordinating all this shit. Or at least that's what he portrays on TV. Who knows if he's even talking to anybody on this thing. I'm sure he is. Let's go.
Like our latest investigation.
Oh, and I'm so sorry. Shout out to Dr. Julian Bashir for posting the video. And just thank you to everybody who's listening. Appreciate it very much.
The 6th one, this time in Harris County, Georgia.
Emily, open the door and call.
We've rigged this house with 12 hidden cameras, 5 inside and...
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. I had a cat situation to deal with, but we're all feeling feline. Ba-dum-tsh. Let's go.
And 7 outside.
Which camera you want to lose?
From a control room inside the house, a crew...
That is a nice control room. Those guys...
and 7 outside.
Which camera you want to lose?
From a control...
Wow, look at that. They just got, like, different size monitors. Nothing is the same size. That's how you know it's serious. And especially when they're long in the back, you know, that's a serious monitor of some sort. It's gotta be. Police issue. I'm feeling silly. It's so late. We gotta get through this.
Control room inside the house, a crew operates the cameras and records a man's every move from the moment he drives up to the house. We've hired a young-looking 19-year-old to play the part of a young girl, a decoy who will invite the men in.
Hey! What's up? Come on in.
This is 24...
He's like not moving his arms, or if he does, they're not moving with his body as he walks. They're just kind of like these sticks at his side that he's kind of wiggling back and forth. And the flat stomach, where is it, Reymundo? And remember, black hair, blue eyes.
4-year-old Reymundo Anguiano. He thinks he's here to see a 14-year-old girl named Diane. He met her online just hours ago in an AOL chat room.
Yeah, I made some sweet tea for you if you want a glass. It's super good. It's what we do down south. I'll be right back.
Man, he's like the caveman predator. That's who he is. Mr. fucking Caveman lumbering into that. Holy crap, another problem with the computer. I am so sorry. Let's get on with it.
Give you an idea why he might be here, take a look at what he said online.
Oh, fucking creep. Goes right to the curtain to try to bust in. And who knows, I mean, God forbid he ever went to somebody else's house where it was a young girl. That would be terrifying.
Using the screen name True Sweet Guy 69, he asks a decoy, an adult pretending to be 14, if she's good at giving oral sex. The decoy says, nobody ever complained. Didn't do it lots, but I know how to do it. Then True Sweet Guy 69 asks if he shows the girl a picture of his penis, would she give him oral sex?
What kind of deal is that? It's like, does he think it's currency? The dick pic is currency, valid to buy blowjobs? Who the hell? That's like saying, hey, Raymond, if I punch you in the face, will you give me all of your money on you? It's like, come on, dude. What? This guy is cocky as fuck when he's behind that keyboard for what's actually going on here. And I've got nothing against guys like losing your hair. I feel like every guy ends up doing it at some point. You just gotta own it though. Like this is not good for anybody. It's not good for you. It's not good. It's even worse for us for having to look at it. And it's just plopped on this big old fucking egg of a head. Oh, okay.
The decoy, who he thinks is 14, says, oh yeah. And sure enough, True Sweet Guy 69 sends her a picture.
Disgusting. Like, he just pulls his pants down and whips it out. Like, fucking probably got fungus growing down there. Ugh. Sick.
Picture of his genitals.
How you doing? Why don't you have a seat right over there? What are you doing here?
We were talking online, and I just wanted to come and meet her.
So, Reymundo, as I said earlier, he is a quote machine. This guy is a fucking moron, as you know, we've covered already. But he just unintentionally drops line after line that are just golden. And he says it in this way that just... it's so silly. And he just incriminates the fuck out of himself.
And who were you talking online with?
With that young lady there, sir?
The young lady.
Yes, sir.
He's laying on the sirs real thick. He says that he's seen the show 3 times, so it's bizarre that he sits here and gets grilled. I guess, so he would argue in court that he thought Chris was a police officer, but so the attorney general or whoever, you know, the DA, they fought successfully to have this footage uncut included in his court and shown to the jury, which, you know, go for it. I mean, he's the idiot that walked into it. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, he's totally created this mess for himself, and there's no reason it should be excluded, regardless of what his dumbass thought. I mean, come on. If I get arrested, can I also claim that I was just too fucking stupid to know the law? No, of course not. I mean, it's believable in Raymond's case. He does look too stupid to know much, but he knows. He admits he knows.
Okay, he wants the decoy to meet her at the car.
He was really talking online with a different decoy, a member of the online watchdog group Perverted Justice, which Dateline hired to do what they normally do, go into chat rooms and set up computer profiles pretending to be young teens who are interested in sex. And sometimes...
That could not be a more obvious wig. It's a silly picture, but it works. And they're like these sultry poses.
Computer
like,
profiles
arms,
pretending...
Like, whoa. These guys create the fantasy in their head where there's this young underage girl who's both attractive, like mature enough to be sexual, or like at least be willing to go along with them, while at the same time being attracted to the predo. None of these predos, very few of them, could pass as like normal people, and they must know it. Oh, not Not all of them, but I feel like a lot of them know it, at least subconsciously. But they convince themselves that nope, this girl wants him. Out of all the people in the world, all the boys her own age, or, you know, just slightly older, out of all of them, they're picking 21-year-old Reymundo Anguiano with the washboard abs. He cheated by lying, but that can be expected when you look like him.
To be young teens who are interested in sex.
That's also a funny one. She's got that nice lighting that makes her look super pale. I mean, what? Reymundo just fell hook, line, and sinker for this bizarre fiction that he could get away with this, that she would see him in. She would see him walking up, realize the farce that he had engaged in, and just lock his ass out of the house and call the cops. Which any 14-year-old girl probably would do, seeing his big old creepy ass lumbering up. At least I don't. How gullible and dumb do these predos think these girls are? Most 13 and 14-year-old girls are probably smarter than most of the predos. Let's face it.
And sometimes, as in the case of True Sweet Guy 69, the decoy says she is sexually experienced.
And how old is that young lady?
She said she was 14, sir.
14. And how old are you?
24, sir.
Man, adding that big old sigh right before it. I'm 24, sir. That's a decent line. It's not, it's like a 75%, 75 out of 100. Let's continue and see what gems are in store.
24?
Yes.
And you thought that was appropriate. Why?
Well, I don't know, sir. I mean, I just thought it was all right. I mean.
That is one of my favorites. Well, I mean, I just thought it was all right. Like, what kind of excuse is that?
Well, I don't know, sir.
Well, I don't know, sir. I mean, I just thought it was all right.
I just thought it was all right. I mean.
Then I ask him about the picture of his genitals he sent to the girl posing as a young teen.
Now, when you were online, you sent this picture.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
You did.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that.
I like how he raises the one eyebrow. He's like, I won't deny it because that magnificent cock could only be mine, sir. He might be deluded enough to think it.
Right. Now, you know that's against the law, right?
Yes, sir, it is. You just get into these chat rooms and stuff, and, you just chat away.
That is the golden line. That is the best one. You just get in these chat rooms and you just, chat away. Oh, Reymundo. What are you saying? So far, he's hit us with, I just thought it was all right. And you get in these chat rooms and, you just chat away. What? Chris Weaver had a better excuse with his, I was just horny, dude. Even though that incriminated him just as much as if he would admit he was there for sex. Because why else would he show up at a 13-year-old girl's house if the reason he was there was because he was horny? Anyway, Chris Weaver, we could keep talking about him for a while. His dumbassery knows no bounds. Neither does Reymundo's.
Do you send pictures like that very often?
No. Just just only if I'm really serious about talking to somebody or something, but.
What the fuck is he talking about? Do you send pictures like these often? Only if I'm really serious about talking to somebody. How serious were you talking to this girl? The chat log is minimal. And he claims that he hasn't sent him before, This is the first time. He's just walking in circles, kicking himself in the dick.
Other than that, no.
Well, Ray, what do you think would have happened if I wasn't here and a 14-year-old girl was here home alone?
Well, if whatever was going to happen was going to happen. If nothing was going to happen, then hey.
That is another golden line, although it's a little bit more serious because he's admitting that if something were to happen, if he was here with the 14-year-old girl, he would let it happen. I don't believe him. I think that he would have forced it. He would have forced the matter. Maybe not all the way, like, chased her down, but I feel like he would have used his size and his 10 years seniority on her to kind of box her into a position where she couldn't get out. So he just, I mean, you believe it looking at the guy. No offense to, I mean, if you look like him, I'm sorry, but it's just not a good look. If, you know, you got to shave the head, you got to lose some weight. I mean, Reymundo boxed himself into a corner by looking like a predo.
So if she was willing to have sex with you, you would have had sex with her.
Even I would still have second thoughts.
Second thought.
Oh my God, I want to hear that first line. Whatever was going to happen was going to happen. But if nothing was going to happen, nothing was going to happen. It's just, it rolls off the tongue. Like his quotes just kind of roll along and end with this sweep. So they're fun to say. Make sure I get one all the way back. Can I just also shout out Chris for looking very suave in the all black outfit here. It's a little baggy, but that was the style back then.
Mm-hmm. And a 14-year-old girl was here home alone.
Well, if whatever was going to happen was going to happen, if nothing was going to happen, then hey.
If wasn't going to happen, what's that, Reymundo?
Alone.
Well, if whatever was going to happen was going to happen, if nothing was going to happen, then hey.
So if she was willing to have sex with you, you would have had sex with her.
Even I would still have second thoughts.
Second thoughts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you can't. It's like his body's responding, he's responding, and I just imagine like the more cunning Reymundo, that low cunning that these predos have, is like just inside going, wait a second, what am I saying? I'm fucking myself right now. Because he's not the dumbest predo, so, and we can, as soon as he gets to the police station, he invokes his right to stay silent. So he was smart after admitting everything on national TV. So, not that smart in the end, but...
Yes, sir.
And he's getting progressively more nervous. Like, first he started by rubbing his sweaty forehead, then he was touching his face down here. Now he's sticking his dirty, nasty hands into his eyes. Gonna give himself pink eye, probably.
Yeah, I've seen the show about 3 times on TV already.
You've seen the show?
Yes, sir.
So he knows that Chris is not a police officer, is what he just admitted. And hopefully that was brought up in court, and that's why they allowed it. He admits to prior knowledge of knowing that Chris is a journalist and not a cop. So he fucks his own argument there as well. Like, bad. He just couldn't have fucked himself worse if he was trying to.
You know exactly what's going on here.
Yeah.
You know who I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You heard right.
You know who I am. Yeah. There you go. You're Chris Hansen, you're a journalist. You're not a police officer.
This man's aware of our previous investigations.
Man, he got fucked by genetics. I mean, 24 years old, that's pretty... baldness runs in my family. So, it's predestined for me too, but 24, man, that's rough.
You're on the Dateline show.
Exactly.
Yes, I know who you are.
I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
Now, did you think at all?
He just says it again just for good measure. Yeah, I know you're Chris Hansen. I know your show, it's Dateline, which is not a police organization.
That maybe you were walking into To Catch a Predator?
It was, and that kind of crossed my mind for a minute. For a minute,
yeah.
And then I just
Another fantastic line. It crossed my mind for a minute and just... And I love the hand motions. Like, that's one that I'm going to have to start using a little bit more when I don't know what's going on. I work from home and like talk on a headset, so nobody can see me doing the hand motions. But maybe I'll tell my boss next time if I fuck up. You know, it crossed my mind, boss, to do it the right way, but then see how she likes it.
Wiped it away, you know.
So you wiped it away.
It's like Chris can't believe it. You just wiped it away.
And then I just wiped it away, you know.
So you wiped it away. Do you think it was a good show?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was supposed to stop people and things like that, you know.
Ooh, man. He starts off right away with that instinctual no. I don't know if he means it. He wants to stay in Chris's good graces.
Think it was a good show?
No, I mean,
No, yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic show, sir. It was the best show I've ever seen, sir. And then he ends it by saying it was supposed to stop people doing this, exactly what he's doing. So he's the walking evidence that it doesn't help. It didn't change his mind about doing it. And the fact is, there's only one Chris Hansen that can be active doing this. And I'm sure all of these guys said, who have seen the show, were like, no way, excuse me, no way he's going to Fortson, Georgia. No way. They were wrong.
yeah, I mean, it was supposed to stop people and things like that, you know.
Well, this is the part where usually I say, I'm Chris Hansen with Daylight
Yeah,
NBC.
yeah.
Right. Okay, you remember that part?
Yes, I remember
And then you remember when
everything.
these guys come out, the cameras come out, right? And then I say, if there's anything else you'd like to tell us.
No, that's it.
He puts the instinctual hands on the back of the head. It's like he was so prepared for the cops to come out that his body, and he was ready to just instinctually assume the position to avoid getting hurt. Even when he realized that there weren't cops, his body was just on autopilot and assumed the position.
We'd like to hear it. Otherwise, you're obviously free to walk out the door you
Okay.
came.
This shows just how harsh the lighting is. Like, you know, you gotta have good lighting for this kind of work and these kind of cameras. So these lights are just beating down and probably making these guys sweat even more. And of course, Chris can have access to makeup in between each session, so he's gonna look good no matter what.
And like the other men he's seen in our reports, True Sweet Guy 69 probably knows he's about to face yet another confrontation.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Now, on your face. On your face. Get out.
Perverted Justice has
That nice big booty shot is, you know, not not welcome, but I guess it's funny and it's kind of funny.
Get on the
It's just so humiliating for him. It's great.
ground. Now, on your face. On your face. Get out.
Perverted Justice has been sending all the sexually explicit online chat logs between its decoys and the potential predators to the Harris County
I would love to know what the predators think when they realize that all those sexy conversations they were probably jerking off to, it was like these two just like typing all these different messages with different dudes. Suckers.
explicit online chat logs between its decoys and the potential predators to the Harris County Sheriff's Department.
There's Dell looking like a boss.
All right, so here's the updated logs.
In Georgia, it's a crime to attempt to solicit sex online with a minor, and law enforcement says showing up at this house makes a case even stronger.
You had the camera crew right here as he's like getting hogtied.
True Sweet Guy 69 is arrested. Put in an unmarked car and taken in for questioning.
I just choose my right to remain.
Even now, he still has his little goofy hand gestures to really get his point across.
Car and taken in for questioning.
I just choose my right to remain silent. Okay.
After that, he's
Oh, God. Other commentaries have noted just how frightening he looks. I think he looks like some sort of Gumby character.
transported.
Like, he looks like he was molded out of clay, and this is some sort of claymation scene, which doesn't make it any less scary. But can you imagine being stuck in the back of this place with him? Like, take Kevin Westerbeck penned in with this guy. that would be that would be a journey for the ages.
To the county jail, where he's fingerprinted, photographed,
Now to the left.
and locked up. The next day,
Those county blues looking good. I wonder if he was able to style his hair. He had to quickly comb it forward.
he goes before a judge and his bail is set.
The criminal.
That is another great photo. If you could just take this, somehow edit this guy out, and edit out the chairs so he's just sitting in this giant blank room. That's a picture I could put over my fireplace and be proud of.
Attempt child molestation is $15,000.
I just love seeing these guys face the judge, especially when it's a woman judge. And it's just so impersonal. Like, it's this terrible moment for them. It's the worst moment of their lives. But they're just one in a long line of, you know, criminals or assumed criminals, possibly innocent people that this lady sees every day. He's just getting shuffled down the line.
First time I done this right here.
First time.
Yes, sir.
Did you bring
Oh, of course, his first time.
condoms?
Yeah, I brought one, sir.
You know who I am.
He brought one, and that's all he needed. All right, everybody. Sorry if this one was a little more off the rails. Like I said, it's really late here, and man, this computer kicked my ass. I had to switch to a new computer because my 10-year-old MacBook Air finally quit. Started to quit, at least, but hope you have a nice day / night. Thank you so much for listening, and if you subscribe, thank you even more. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm now calling my 30 days of Predos, where I'm gonna be doing one of these every single day until we hit that 30-day mark. So that's it for me and Reymundo. Hope you all have a nice day, and catch you on the flip side.